Okay, hello, good evening, guys. Welcome back to our February week 3. All right, so happy Friday to you. Anyway, yeah, where were we? We just started chapter 3 last week. Okay, we finished some of it, I guess. Okay, what is a dichotomous key? Okay, or we just call it key lah. All right, so key is the easiest way to classify a living thing. Okay, let's say now you go into a forest, you discover a new species. How would you classify them? You would ask yourself a series of questions. Okay, do they breathe using lungs? Okay, do they have 6 legs or more than that or less than that? Do they have fur? Okay, do they lay eggs or do they give birth? Things like that. You ask yourself a series of questions until you have arrived at, the things you want to classify. All right, so this is what we call key, and of course we have a spider key and numbered key. They both work the same way. It's just that one is easier to see because it looks like a spider leg, and another one, it looks like a series of questions which looks more boring, but hey, they work the same way. Okay, you can convert them into each other's form like I have done last week. Okay, you can either write it this way or you can write it this way. Up to you. Okay, they both have the same meaning. Okay, they are the same. All right, so today, what are we going to learn? Okay, so let's look at our groups of organisms today. Okay, so I think you learned some of this in year 7 already. But if you haven't, then it's okay. But we are going to learn everything today. All right, so as we know, classification, scientists, they classify all living things on Earth into groups. Okay, so you have different groups of living things, and they all have why are they in a certain group? Because they have that common characteristic. Okay, that's why someone in the same group, okay, they usually look almost the same, okay, or they have some kind of similarity. Okay, so there are a few groups, okay, like I told you last week. The best, not to say the best lah, okay, the first thing that scientists classify things is called kingdom. Okay, you have Animalia, Plantae, which is plants and animals, Protista, fungi, and bacteria. Of course, you're not learning this because you see, classification is not as easy as you think. Okay, what do I mean? Okay, let's say if you look at hang on, if you look at human beings, oops, sorry. Okay, if you look at humans, okay, if you look at human, hang on, let me load this Wikipedia page. Okay, so if you look at human, how do we classify human? Can you see this is a series of classification? Okay, you have kingdom, phylum, class, order, suborder, infraorder, family, subfamily, tribe, genus, species. Can you see all these classification? Okay, so you might say, sir, why is it so complicated? Why humans need so many subgroups and subgroups there? Because you see, there are more than a few million types of living thing in this world. Okay, so this is why they need to split it into so many groups. Okay, like for example, what is chordata? Chordata is anything that has okay, I don't want to mention this lah. This is a bit too complicated already. Okay, for example, what is a family? Okay, family like Hominidae means apes. The ape family. Can you see we are all almost the same way? You look at all monkeys and apes, humans lah, chimpanzee lah, gorilla lah, orangutan lah, whatever lah, monkeys lah, we somehow look the same because we belong to the same family. Okay, for example, I'm sure I told this okay, hang on, let me show you the cat family. Okay, as you know lah, cat family is called Felidae. Okay, so can you see all cats, they look the same? Okay, tigers lah, lynx lah, whatever, okay, they all kind of look, like cats. They all belong, they all behave the same way too. They have claws, okay, they will, do you know tiger behave the same way as cats? Okay, you give them some kind of tissue paper, they will chase it around too. They belong they behave the same way. Okay, so when you touch a cat, they are almost the same as a tiger. Okay, almost that way. All right. So this is why we have to classify into so many groups. Okay, but I'm only letting you know about the kingdom because we have 5 kingdoms. But of course, after kingdom, we have so many phylum, class, order, family, and so on. Of course, this is very complicated stuff already lah. All right, so let's look at the microorganism. Okay, we have mentioned this last week. Okay, so microorganism, there's only 4 groups here. Okay, fungi, Monera, Protoctista, and virus. Okay, fungi and Monera, they are the biggest kingdom, microorganism kingdom. Okay, like fungi is your mushroom and your yeast lah. Okay, mushrooms, you have million types of it, and of course Monera is bacteria. Okay, you have many millions of types of bacteria. They are one of the biggest kingdom in the world. All right, and of course Protoctista is like human, okay, like amoeba. Virus, like I said, they are not really classified as a living thing because they are not, okay, they cannot reproduce on their own. They kind of not behave like a living thing, okay, because they don't respond to stimulus. Okay, what do I mean? That means they don't respond to light, they don't respond to sound. Okay, just a moment, guys, give me a moment. Okay, sorry. There's a stupid bug in my room, keep flying here and there. Okay, I have to kill it before I continue. Okay, anyway, so that's your microorganism. Okay, 4 families, 4 groups here. Okay, anyway, let's look at plant. Okay, plant, and of course, guys, these are just simple ways to classify living things. I'm not talking about just now like the one I show you. What family lah, what order lah, genus lah, what are those? Those you won't even learn that unless you go to like university. Like you're a zoologist. You know, as a zoologist, zoologist means someone that studies species. Okay, that classifies species. Unless you're something like that. Okay, other than that, you won't really learn about those phylum or kingdom or whatever because they are simply just too complicated to learn. Okay, anyway, let's look at plants. Okay, plant is generally divided into 5 types. Okay, so you have your algae, liverwort or mosses, fern, conifer, and flowering plant. Of course, we have learned flowering plant in our year 7, if you still remember. If you don't, then it's okay. We shall do revision next time. Okay, flowering plant is the most complicated. Okay, let's start with algae. Okay, algae is the simplest plant. Why? Because they don't really look like plant. The only fact that they look like plant is because they are green. That's all. They just look green. They have no root. They have no stem. They have no leaves. They have nothing. They just look like, I don't know, a bunch of. It's like you take a plant. Okay, you take a bunch of leaves. You throw it into a blender. You blend it. They look like algae. Looks like that. Okay, it's just like bits and bits of plant. So, for example, your seaweed. Seaweed is an algae. Okay, they have no root or stem or leaves. They just kind of float around the water and survive like that. Okay, very simple organism, really nothing much to say. And of course, the next one, liverwort or mosses, they are slightly more complicated. It's just that they have no true root. Okay, yes, they have tiny root, but they have no true root. So yes, they have stem and they have leaves as well. That's why they kind of look like this. Okay, so the root is really smaller and they have spores. Okay, just in case you don't know, mosses, they reproduce using spore. Spore is 孢子. You know, it's spore, right? You know, mushroom, right? They reproduce using spore lah. Okay, many plants they actually do. All plants I would say most plant they will reproduce using spore besides flowering plant. Flowering plant is the only plant that reproduce using seeds. They are the only plant that does sexual reproduction. It means they will have sex and make seed. So flowering plant is something like human. They are very complicated. So all these are very simple. They just have spores, okay, like your umbrella liverwort, okay, which is this thing, okay. You can find this in our tropical forest lah. You walk into any tropical forest like Malaysia forest, you see this thing. Okay, anyway, next, fern. Okay, what is a fern? I'm sure you know what a fern is lah. You will see this thing in between tree trunks, okay, or they will just grow in between stones. Okay, this is called jue. In Mandarin, it's called jue. This is like one of the oldest plant in the world. Ferns they are as old as a few million years old. Like during the Jurassic era, dinosaur era, they actually found like fossils of ferns there already. Okay, they are that long. So they have roots, they have stem, they have fronds, and they have spores. They are more complicated than these two, okay, because they look like a real plant. Okay, like your fiddlehead fern, okay, like your bird nest fern, all these fern lah. Okay, this thing is very interesting. If you have done this experiment before, you take a piece of fern, you put it between newspaper, and you press it with books, very heavy books, and a few weeks later, when you open it, you're gonna see spores coming out from the leaves here. Really interesting stuff, okay? Because this is what I did during when I was Form 3 or something. Okay, that stupid bug is flying everywhere again. Sorry. Oh, don't let me kill you. Okay, anyway, so these are just the spores behind there lah. Okay, so that's a fern, and of course the next is conifer. Conifer is like your pine tree lah. You know your Christmas tree. Those are conifer. Okay, they are the biggest non-flowering plant. Okay, all these are non-flowering plant. That means they have no flower. That means they don't do sexual reproduction. They all do asexual. That means they give birth to themselves. Okay, very simple organism. So conifer is the same way. Okay, it's just that they look like a tree. Okay, they look like a tree, but they are non-flowering tree. You don't find fruits or seed or whatever on them. They just look like a very bland tree. So your Christmas tree is like that lah. All right, so your Christmas tree is your conifer. So they have roots, they have woody stem, they have cones, they have seeds. Not really called seed lah. They reproduce using cone. Okay, when you shake a conifer tree, sometimes you see like there's a cone coming down. That's the seed. Okay, you take that cone, you plant it somewhere, okay, it will grow into a tree. So that's like a pine lah. Okay, that's like a pine. What is a pine? You know those light color wood. You know IKEA wood. When you go to IKEA, you smell that wood smell. That's the pine smell. Okay, some people they like it, some people they don't. Because to be fair lah, guys, pine wood is a very cheap wood. That's why IKEA, okay, they are not the best quality furniture in the world because pine is a very soft wood. Okay, yes, they are very lightweight. They look very we find them attractive because they look light color, but in terms of quality and strength, they are not a very good wood. Okay, that's why we only use them to make Christmas tree because you know they are good in making Christmas tree lah. If you want to use them to make furniture, not to say cannot lah, but they are not very hard and they don't really last for a very long time. Okay, so this is why we're going to use pine. Okay, anyway, let's look at flowering plant. Okay, these are the complicated ones. They have roots, they have stem, they have leaves, they have flowers, they have seed. Some are woody, some are non-woody. And of course, flowering plant is a whole new other family because they're so complicated. They come in all shapes and sizes. The flowers are sometimes, you know, I'm sure you know flowering plants lah. Flowers, they all look different. Okay. Some of them are unisex. That means they have one gender. You have male flower and female flower. And some you have bisexual flower. That means male and female is in one flower. And of course, flowers will produce fruit. Okay, all your fruits come from flowering plant. But some fruits we eat, some fruits we don't. Okay, so you know lah, flowering plant is a very big family. Okay, you don't ask me certain things like, okay, like I told you all fruits have flowers, right? That's why you have banana flower, you have papaya flower, you have durian flower. All the fruits you eat, they have flower. But you don't ask me, okay, sir, I really like apple. How does an apple flower look like? I don't know. Okay, how does an orange flower look like? I don't know. Okay, go and Google it yourself. As long as there's a fruit, there will be a flower. Okay, mango has its own flower. Durian flower looks very ugly. Okay, this one you learn this in year 7 already. And pineapple, sorry, not pineapple, papaya flower, they kind of look white. Okay, if you have a papaya tree nearby your house, okay, you will see white color flower there. They all look different. Flowering plant, they are a very complicated class of plant to study. Okay, so as you can see here, daisy, mango, mint is also flowering. Mint has flower too. Okay, even your grass is flowering plant. Do you know that? Grass has flower. Okay, yes, the grass on your field, your school field has grass, right? Grass is actually a flowering plant. It's just that the flower is not very special. It just looks white in color. They are not as eye-catching as, you know, sunflower or whatnot. But yes, they are flowering plant. Okay, your oak, your pineapple, as long as, like I said, you have fruits, then you have flower. Okay, very, very complicated organism to study. All right, so you have to just know these 5 groups. You have to know them. Okay, and the characteristics too. All right, should be pretty easy. Okay, moving on. Let's go to animal kingdom. Okay, animal is even much more complicated because there's so many things to study here. Okay, generally, animals are divided into invertebrates and vertebrates. I'm sure you know what is this lah. Okay, invertebrate means without backbone. Okay, and vertebrates means those with backbone lah. So you know what is this lah. Okay, anyway, so let's look at the invertebrates. Okay, make no mistake. You don't think that, okay, vertebrate is the complicated one because you can see them. Okay, I'm sure you have seen a fish before. I'm sure you have seen amphibian, reptile, birds, and mammals before. Just because you can see them doesn't mean they are more special or bigger family. No, in fact, all these they are bigger family than vertebrates. Why? Because you see, they are very small. Okay, small species, they have very, very big groups. They come in very, very big groups. Like, let me ask you, have you seen what's an arthropod before? So what is that? Have you seen a nematode worm before? So what is that? You see, all these you have never heard before, but they are in the number of few hundred thousands of types. Okay, that means all these family, the invertebrate family, is much larger than the vertebrate family. Vertebrate family is actually very small. Like, for example, do you know mammals? Mammal is a very small family. Yes, I'm sure you know. Yes, you go to zoo, you see many mammals. You see giraffe, you see whatever. Okay, you are a mammal. But mammals are one of the smallest group in the world because we are very big in size. Okay, so there's not many mammals around. All right, so but all these are, they are very big family. Okay, for example, number 1, jellyfish. Okay, so you know what a jellyfish is lah. They're 99% water. Okay, please don't go and touch them. Most jellyfish, they are venomous. Okay, not poisonous, guys. Venomous, that means they bite you, not you eat them. Something is poisonous when you eat them. I think I told you this before. Okay, this is English. A snake is not poisonous. A snake is venomous because a snake bites you. If you eat something, let's say you eat a mushroom and the mushroom makes you sick, that mushroom is poisonous. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, so as I say, most jellyfish, they are venomous. Please don't touch them. If they are washed ashore, means you see on beach, you see jellyfish, please don't go and touch them unless you want to die. All right, so they have soft body, they have tentacles at one end around the mouth. Okay, this is the mouth, by the way. Okay, they kind of look like plastic bag from far. Okay, because they are kind of transparent. So like your box jellyfish, sea anemone. Okay, some they call it anemone lah. What is sea anemone? Okay, sea anemone is that thing that is riding behind a hermit crab. Okay, this thing is really cute, by the way. Okay, you see behind a hermit crab, they will be sticking. Okay, it looks really pretty. Hermit crab are there. Okay, so you know what's a hermit crab, right? Hermit crab is like a crab with a very big shell behind. They have a sea anemone living on them. Okay, do you know why? Because this is like a mutualism relationship. Okay, what is mutualism? That means I help you, you help me lah. Okay, so the sea anemone is venomous, so they kind of protect the hermit crab. Okay, and the hermit crab will carry this sea anemone around, sort of like a free grab. free grab ride for the sea anemone. So can you see this is like a mutualism thing? I give you benefit, you give me benefit. So this is a very cute relationship. So mostly you'll find sea hermit crab in the sea. You'll see anemone just behind there, just hanging around. Okay, really cute. It's like the hermit crab has a hat. Okay, so that's not the hat, that's the sea anemone. Don't touch it, it's poisonous, it's venomous. This anemone is a jellyfish. All right, so of course, coral is part of a jellyfish species. Bet you didn't know this, isn't it? You thought coral, isn't it? Coral is jellyfish. And of course, coral, you have the hard coral and the soft coral. All right, so of course, they make hard casing. Okay, that's why coral, they are hard. Yeah, they're made from calcium. Please don't go and simply pluck corals. Corals, they are like the rainforest of the ocean. Okay, coral, they provide living space for clownfish, Finding Nemo. They are a living place for clownfish and many fishes as well. So don't itchy hand go and pluck them. Coral, sometimes they are a few million years old. They are there for a reason. They're like the rainforest. Would you go to a forest and chop down some tree? No, you wouldn't. So same goes to coral. Okay, next. Flatworm. Okay, as the name says, flatworm, they look flat. Okay, they look like a worm, they are flat. Okay, very thin and flat body. Like for example, flukes, tapeworm. What is tapeworm? I think I told you this before. Okay, tapeworm is this nasty looking parasite that could live in you. Okay, have you seen this thing before? If you eat raw food, this thing could grow inside you. I'm not shitting you. That means if you eat like raw sushi, okay, I mean, yes, before you get paranoid, the chance is very low. Okay, but if you eat raw sushi, for example, salmon, there's a chance for you to develop this thing in your stomach. Okay, they will start growing in your stomach and then they will start sucking your nutrient away and you will lose weight without reason. Okay, look like small intestine, yes, they do, because they live in your small intestine. Okay, so I specifically remember this stupid news because it's so disgusting. Can you see the title of the news? Man left horrified after he pulls out 32 feet tapeworm from his body in the restroom. That means this guy, he had sushi. Okay, if I remember the news, he had sushi a few weeks ago, and a few weeks later, when he go and poop, he shit out a 32 feet tapeworm. You know how long is 32 feet? 1 feet is 30 cm. 1 feet is like this. So 30 feet, you figure it yourself. 30 feet is roughly around 9 meter. 9 meter. 9 meter is roughly around 3 stories. Okay, so imagine one day you shit out a 3-story long tapeworm. That's how disgusting it was. Okay, it made me paranoid to eat sushi already. Okay, but here's the thing, I mean, if you eat sushi, if you're really paranoid, then you eat the cooked one, lor. But even if you eat raw sushi, as long as you don't eat your sushi from somewhere dodgy, your sushi is not the very, very cheap one, I'm sure you'll be fine. Okay, your sushi will be clean. Okay, so this is your tapeworm. Okay, they are a parasite. Okay, nothing to joke about. If you have a tapeworm, okay, you might say, sir, how do I know I have a tapeworm growing inside me? You will know, trust me, because number one, you will lose weight like crazy. Okay, you will lose weight like crazy because this tapeworm will suck away all your nutrient. So you will lose weight like really fast. Okay, like I told you, some people, they actually use tapeworm to lose weight. Okay, there's a diet method in the 90s called the tapeworm diet. That means they will swallow tapeworm purposefully so that the tapeworm can grow inside them so that they can lose weight. Okay, freaking sick if you ask me. But hey, some people, they are willing to go the extra mile just to lose some weight. Good for them. Okay, please don't do that. Okay, it's freaking gross. Okay, anyway, so your fluke and your tapeworm. Fluke is this thing. Okay, anyway, next is your annelid worm. Annelid worm are worms that have rings. Okay, if you look at your earthworm, can you see rings? So annelid means rings. So when you see rings on it, it's an annelid worm. So for example, your earthworm, leech, you know it's leech. Leech is the thing that sticks on your skin and suck your blood. That's the leech. Okay, ragworm, fanworm, I don't know what are all these worms. Okay, but you have to know they have sections, they have rings. Okay, have you seen a leech before? You go to a forest, you pass by, you brush through some some leaves or some trees, the thing will stick on your skin. And please don't just tear it away because you start bleeding because they suck your blood. So either you can use fire and burn it away, or you can put some salt and let them die. Okay, so leech lah, they will suck your blood. So they have they have rings around them. That's why they are called annelid worms. Okay, anyway, the next one, nematode worm. Nematode worm means they have small body, but they have no rings. So they are like opposite. Annelid, they have rings. Nematode, they have no rings. For example, your hookworm or your pinworm, okay, these are really, really small worms. Okay, like for example, if I'm not mistaken, this is a pinworm. Okay, you can only see them using microscope. Very, very small. You find them in fresh water. That means your river, your lake, you see, if you scoop one, if you take some water from it, okay, and you put it under microscope, maybe you'll see this thing. Okay, they, as you can see, they have no rings. Okay, they look like a smooth, they look like jiqiongban. Okay, if you ask me, they look like jiqiongban. Okay, they are not like flatworm. Flatworm is flat. These two worm, annelid worm and nematode worm, they are cylindrical, they are cylinder. Okay, so nematode, they look like jiqiongban because they have no rings around them. Okay, so anyway, next, arthropod. Arthropods are the first one that have legs. See, just now so far the one we learned, they don't really have legs. Okay, so arthropod are the one that has legs. Okay, so arthropod is like the family, you know lah, because arthropod inside you have insects, spiders, scorpion, crustacean, centipedes, and millipedes. Okay, guys, spider is not an insect, just in case you don't know, because spider have 8 legs. Okay, so they are classified as an arthropod. Okay, arthropod. Insects are arthropod too. Scorpions are, crustaceans are like shrimps and crabs lah. So the one living in the ocean, as long as they have legs, okay, they are classified as an arthropod. Because the rest they don't really have legs, okay, only these they have legs. Okay, next, mollusk. What is mollusk? Mollusks are soft body with shell, like I told you, the hermit crab just now. Okay, and the shell sometimes could be inside also. Like for example, your snail, slug, octopus, mussels, squid. Squid, the shell is inside. Have you eaten sotong before? When you wash your sotong, the shell is actually inside. Okay, scallop. What is limpet? Limpet is a really funny name. Okay, but limpet is this thing. There, this thing. I don't know what do you call it's some kind of shell, okay, some kind of shellfish okay, it's not really, looks something like siham, but it's not siham okay. So this is limpets. Okay, it's something we eat also okay. It's a shell animal. So anyway, arthropod is the only one that has legs. Okay, mollusk has no leg, they have shell. And what is echinoderms? Okay, echinoderm is those with how do I say so? Sometimes they have arms. Okay, not legs. They have arms. For example, your starfish. Starfish is an echinoderm. Okay, and sometimes they look like globe shape. You know, a sea urchin. You know, a sea urchin. This is the haisen. We Chinese, we eat one. They say very good for health one. They will use this to cook some kind of soup. There, this thing sea urchin. Really, no, not lala. Okay, this thing is really, really expensive. They will catch this from shallow sea, and then they will open it, and then they will get the flesh out. Okay, so according to them, the flesh is very nutritious. When you make some kind of herbal soup, those Chinese herbal soup, they will put this thing on. Okay, it's called sea urchin. Really, really expensive. It's stupid expensive, I tell you, because I don't know according to Chinese medicine, they say this thing is very good for health. I don't know, I don't believe in it. This thing tastes awful too. Don't know, for me it tastes awful. I don't find the joy in eating this thing, really. Okay, so that's a sea urchin. Okay, so as you can see, they are called echinoderms. Okay, they have spiny skin, arms or globe shape, like your brittle star sea cucumber. You know what a sea cucumber is? Okay, you think, yeah, Japanese food, they have this too. Yes. Okay, Japanese food, they have this too. They also cost a lot in Japanese food. Okay, here's the thing, guys. Japanese, they like to eat the funniest seafood as you can imagine. Okay, do you know, fun fact, do you know what the Japanese eat? They eat this puffer fish. Okay, puffer fish. This thing is poisonous, guys. Really, really poisonous. puffer fish. Okay, this is what they eat in Japanese lah. Okay, Japanese food. You don't eat this thing because this thing is really, really poisonous. Okay, and to become a chef to cook puffer fish, you need to know how to cut them. Okay, because if you go Japan and you eat this puffer fish, all puffer fish have poison. But if you eat those that won't kill you, the poison is gonna give you that tingling sensation in your mouth. That's what they are looking for. Okay, but if the chef is not pro enough, if they cut this fish wrong, you will die. Okay, isn't it fun when you eat a food knowing the fact that there's a risk of killing you? That's what the Japanese. Hey, this thing is really expensive. I'm not joking. Okay, and to be a pufferfish chef, you need to have certification. Not just any sushi chef can cut this fish. You need to have a certain license to cut this thing. How much? I don't know. Okay, never tried this before. Okay, but all I can tell you, it's called fugu. Okay, all I can tell you is it's a delicacy. They pay big bucks. They pay big money just to eat this thing. Okay, fugu fish. There's a skill in cutting them. Not even joking. Okay, so go try and tell me, I might even die. So no, thank you. Okay, why would I spend money to eat something that might kill me? I don't understand. Okay, maybe some people they just have too much money and they have nothing else to eat lah. So they just eat this fugu thing lor. Okay. Anyways, so this is your fugu fish lah. So there's by the way, what is sea cucumber? This is called hai di ye. Sometimes when your mommy say you're very heaty she will make tong sui from this thing. Okay, hai di ye Okay, is it called hai di ye? Hai sen or hai di or hai sen? Chinese we will eat this thing one Okay, sea cucumber. I don't know I just find this thing very, very disgusting I don't know. Chinese food is something that I don't know. I just find some Chinese food weird and disgusting. Okay, so this is the sea cucumber lah. Okay, sea cucumber. It's called hai di ye or something. Is it hai sen? Hai sen or hai di? I don't know lah. Okay, I don't know what's the name called. You don't like this? Yeah, I don't like this too. It kind of tastes like sponge. It kind of feel like I'm chewing on a sponge. I don't know, it's just weird. Okay, the thing looks weird. Okay, it's not appetizing at all. I don't know why people eat this thing. Okay, hey, it's not cheap. This is not cheap. You go to those Chinese herbal shop. They will sell you very expensive for this thing. Yeah, it's very expensive. Okay, I don't know what's the point of eating this. I'll stick to chicken instead. Thank you. Okay, anyway, so there's a sea cucumber. Okay, sea lily. I don't know what the hell is this. Okay, so these are echinoderms lah. Very weird family, as you can see. Most of them they have very hard skin. Sea cucumber has hard skin. Starfish has a hard skin. Sea urchin has a hard skin. So these are echinoderms. Okay, so arthropod is the interesting one because they have legs. Okay, don't you find it weird? Arthropod is a really weird family. Why? Because you see, all these are the same family, right? All these are the same family, right? But why is it that we eat shrimps and crabs, but we don't eat insects and spiders? Have you asked yourself this? Have you asked yourself this? I mean, yeah, certain race they do. You go to Vietnam, you go to Thailand, you go to Myanmar. Yes, they do eat deep fried insects and deep fried spiders. Okay, even scorpions. But why don't we eat that? Don't you find it weird? Ugly. Shrimp also very ugly one. Okay, I just find. Hey, do you know prawns shrimps they are the cockroaches of the ocean. They are very dirty. And not to mention, do you know shrimps they store their shit in their head? Okay, that's why they say when you eat shrimp, don't suck on the head because you're eating the shit. So shrimps are actually dirtier than cockroaches. Why don't we eat cockroaches then? Okay, don't you find it weird? Okay, it's a very weird thing to figure out. They say these arthropods fun fact when you eat arthropod you actually get more nutrients and protein compared to you eating chicken or whatever meat. That means if you choose to eat insect today, you will get more nutrients and more protein compared to you eating chicken, beef, mutton, and whatever. Okay, you wanna grow those muscles? Eat insects. Okay, but it's something I don't know about you, but for me, insect is a big no-no. I don't know lah. Maybe they say it could happen. I think I told you this before. To solve global warming, we might need to eat insect next time because we cannot afford to have so many animals around because it's creating so many carbon dioxide. It's making our earth worse. So they say one of the best way to stop global warming is either become a vegetarian or we start eating insects. Okay, I don't say this thing. Okay, the scientists they did. So you choose whether you want to be a vegetarian or you want to eat insects. Okay, I'm not okay with either. Okay, yeah, big no exactly. Okay, so anyway, these are your invertebrates. Okay, as you can see, they have no backbones. They are really soft. You step on them, they die. Okay, really squishy and soft. All these groups are. Okay, anyway, moving on. Let's go to our next one, which is our vertebrate. So vertebrate is much simpler I think you learned this in primary school already. Okay, so vertebrates is 5 groups. Okay, you have your fish. Okay, 鱼类 amphibian is 两栖类, those that can live on land and water. Reptiles, okay, basically they have dry skin like your crocodile. Birds and mammals. Okay, and I'm sure you learned this before lah. These 3 they are cold-blooded. These 2 they are warm-blooded. Okay, let's look at fish lah. Fish, they have scales and fins. Okay, and for example, your barracuda and your shark. And then amphibians, they have smooth or warty skin. They kind of look like spots on them. Okay, and when they are babies, they are tadpole. They live in water. So when they are a baby, they breathe using gills. And as they grow up, they will breathe using lungs and their skin, like your frog. All right, and just to tell you this, most amphibians, they are venomous. The more colorful they are, the more venomous they are. So for example, like those salamanders, please, for the love of God, don't go and touch them. Okay, because most of them, they are venomous. Okay, salamander. Okay, the more colorful it is, please avoid them. Okay, these salamanders are. Okay, I'm sure some of you know this salamander. It's called oxalot. Okay, is it pronounced oxalot? So some of them, they actually have this thing as a pet. I don't understand. I don't find them cute at all. Okay, some of my students say, sir, do you know oxalot? Oxalot is a very cute pet. Really? Where's the cuteness in it? I don't find it. Okay, so you see, when you see salamander like this, can you see it's really bright color? Please don't touch them. Okay, unless you want to die. All right. So all these when you see all these colorful ones, yes, please don't touch them. Okay, even their skin is venomous. Okay, they are small for a reason. You see, they are so small, even bigger animals don't have to mess with them because they're venomous. All right, so like your frog, toad, and salamander, and of course reptile. Reptile, they have dry skin compared to your amphibian. Okay, they have skin covered in dry scales, like your snake, turtles, and lizard. Okay, this is a really ugly looking lizard. Okay, I don't know about you guys lah. Like my wife, she has very serious phobia towards reptile. Okay, that means reptile, she cannot. Any snake, you name it, snake, crocodile, whatever, she just find them very, very disgusting. Okay, I don't know. I just find snakes okay. Okay, they are okay. They're not cute, but they are okay. Okay, I'm okay with them. Okay, next, birds. Okay, you know what is birds lah? Okay, so birds, they have feathers and beaks. Okay, they are warm-blooded like us. They live on land, so they breathe using lungs. Okay. Oh, you find them disgusting too. Okay. Anyway, so like your hummingbird. A hummingbird is the smallest bird in the world. Okay, they actually suck honey. Okay, very interesting. And of course, your eagle. All right. So what's the biggest bird in the world? The biggest bird is your ostrich. Okay, they are a really stupid bird because they have a very small brain. The only thing they can do is they run. Okay, have you been to a bird park before, guys? Okay, if you are free, don't go to the zoo. Malaysia Zoo sucks. Okay, the KL Zoo sucks. If you really want to see animals, go to the bird park. It's nearby the Taman Perdana there. Okay, our Malaysian Parliament, KL Parliament. Okay, it's in the city center. It's the bird park. Okay, it's not very cheap, 40 something per person, but inside you will find all kinds of pretty bird there. Oh, by the way, the peacocks just walk around the park one. It's not like a zoo, you have to see peacock from far. The peacock just hang out around, you know, there's a pathway for you to walk around. You just walk there. Sometimes peacock will just walk together with you. Okay, really interesting. Okay, and you will see all kinds of very exotic birds in the bird park. Okay, and there's a bird called the lovebird. Have you seen that before? Okay, it's really cute. Okay, why do they call them lovebird? Because they are always together. There's always a male and a female. They always stick together. Okay, the species of the bird is called lovebird. Really, really cute. Okay, so go to the bird park. Okay, it's in KL. Okay, and of course, the last but not least is mammals lah. If you really want to see mammals, the only place you can go to is Zoo Negara, our national zoo. But I'm sorry to say lah, our national zoo really sucks lah compared to other countries' zoo, because our country's zoo, they don't get a lot of money from the government, so that's why it looks very rundown. Okay, I've been there once or twice. Okay, just to see the panda. Okay, panda is a mammal. But the other mammals, they are not so well taken care of, which is a very sad thing to see. Okay, look at our museum. Yeah, I agree. Our museum really sucks. Okay, you go to China, you look at that museum, it's really, really majestic. But our museum, it looks, yeah, just run down. Okay, lame. Okay, anyway, so mammals, they have fur, they give milk to young, and all mammals, they will give birth to young, besides platypus. Platypus, they are the only mammals that lay eggs. I'm sure you know this, the 鸭嘴兽, okay, like your mouse and lion. Okay, have you heard of a mammal called capybara? Okay, whenever I talk about mammal, I sure have to talk about this fella, capybara. Okay, for me, this is just the cutest mammal. Okay, they are super chill. Okay, can you see? they are like a big rat. You go to Zoo Negara, they have this thing. Okay, it's so cute. Okay, this thing, they do nothing. Basically, they just sit around. Okay, can you see? They're just so cute. They just sit around. Even monkeys go and kacau them. They just sit around and chill. Okay, they always have that very chill face, not bothered by anything. This is capybara. Okay, don't you find it really cute? Okay, you see, even with birds or with whatever. Okay, you see, even monkeys riding on them. They're okay. They're just chill. Okay, this is the most chill mammal. I just love them. Don't you find it really cute? Okay, these are just the cutest. They say they are the friendliest mammal. Okay, they won't kacau you or whatever. They just sit around and chill. Okay, it looks dumb. Do they look dumb? I don't know. I just want them to look cute. Okay, you see? Oh, that's that's so cute. Okay, capybara. Anyway, so they look really big size, by the way. They look as big as a human. It's like a giant rat, basically. Okay, anyway, so this is your vertebrates. So I will want you to focus on this group more. Okay, because vertebrate is cute plus down. Okay, vertebrate is something that you have learned in primary school, and also this will tend to be the part that will ask most in exam. Okay, especially now you have learned all these groups. They will apply this thing into your spider key and your number key. So you need to know how to apply them. You need to know the characteristic, especially your vertebrates. Okay, who has warm blood and cold blood, okay, who has fur and feather, who has beaks, who has dry scale, and so on. Okay, we've learned this already. Okay, anyway, so we have a few minutes. Let's go to the exercise. Next week, we shall go into this inheritance, the DNA thing. Ooh, this is very interesting. Okay, this is a very interesting chapter. Anyway, let's go into our exercise. Okay, so this is page. Oh shit, I forgot to put a page again. Okay, anyway, I'll just go to the exercise. So number 1. Okay, 1A1. All right, state one difference between vertebrate and invertebrate. Wow, so many things you can say here. Okay, one has backbone. Okay, the invertebrate has no backbone. Okay, in fact, invertebrates they have no bones. Okay, they have something called exoskeleton. This one you will learn this in year 10 and year 11. Okay, I'll just roughly tell you what is this. Endoskeleton is when you have your bone inside your body, like us. We are endoskeleton because our bone is inside us, isn't it? Exoskeleton, when you see the word exo, you know it's exo. Exo means outside. That means their skeleton is on the outside. That's why you see invertebrates, like your arthropod, they have hard shells around them, right? Insects, they have a hard shell around them, like your beetles, like shrimps, crabs, they have hard shell around them. So those are what we call exoskeleton, external skeleton. Okay, whereas us, we have internal skeleton. That's why we call ourselves endoskeleton. Endo means inside lah. Okay, we have bones inside us. Okay, so anyway, number 2, give an example for each group. So they want example of vertebrate. Okay, human law. Okay, invertebrate is gonna be, I don't know, grasshopper. Okay, it's gonna be as simple as this, because this part is mostly about animals. They can't ask something very detailed or thorough, so you know they will keep things simple. So B, identify the group of animal that has the following characteristic. Name one animal for each group. So warm-blooded, there's only 2 warm-blooded ones. It's either human or mammals or birds. All right, so body covered with fur or hair. When you see fur or hair, for sure this is mammal, because birds, they don't have fur and hair, they have feathers. All right, so it's gonna be your mammals. Okay, so animal, let's just say polar bear. Okay, so you see, this warm-blooded is very, very important. You see, warm-blooded enables us to live anywhere on Earth. I don't care how hot your surrounding is. I don't care how cold your surrounding is. If you are warm-blooded, you are able to survive. This is why you see, you go to North Pole or South Pole, what animals do you see there? Do you see any insects there? No. Do you see any cold-blooded animal there? Do you see frogs there? Do you see reptiles there? No, it's all mammals. Okay, or birds, penguins, polar bear, seal, sea lion, they are all mammals and birds, you see, because we are both warm-blooded. Warm-blooded has this advantage of you suiting yourself to the environment. Okay, here's the thing about warm-blooded. Warm-blooded is very special. When your surrounding is cold, let's say now you are in winter country, your blood will try to stay warm. Okay, and when your surrounding is hot, like when it's a sunny day, your body will sweat, try to cool the blood down. Okay, they will try to go opposite with the environment. Whereas cold-blooded, surrounding is cold, they become cold. Surrounding is hot, they become hot. So how can they survive in North Pole? You put a lizard in North Pole, North Pole is really, really cold. Okay, so their body will turn really, really cold to the point that they die. You see, they cannot survive there. Only warm-blooded animal can survive in very extreme weather. That's why you have penguins and polar bears lah. Okay, and humans, of course. Okay. Anyway, so number 2, cold-blooded, scaly skin, breathe through lungs. When you see cold-blooded, there's 3 already: fish, reptiles, and amphibian. And when you see scaly skin, who has scale is definitely a reptile. Okay, and they breathe through lungs, somehow means they live on land. Who is the only one that's living on land? That's going to be a reptile lah. So animal is going to be crocodile. Okay, by the way, guys, crocodile has sharp mouth. If the mouth is like that, it's alligator. Okay, they are different. Both are equally dangerous lah. Okay, both can kill you in one bite, but that's the difference. Okay, anyway, so number 2, the diagram below shows several invertebrate. You have your ant, your lobster. Okay, and your ignore the BM word, okay, because I took this from another book. So bee, starfish, spider, and snail. So which of the following invertebrate have legs? Okay, have legs is gonna be your ant. Now see, this is your key already. Okay, this is your key. So you have your lobster, okay, bee, starfish, and of course your spider. Okay, so this is the only one without legs. So that's your spider key already lah. So do not have legs and have soft body. So do not have legs and soft body is going to be your snail. Okay, insects. So who are insects? Insects are the one with 3 pairs of legs. So that's going to be your ant and bee. Spider is not an insect, guys. I've said this a million times. Okay, because there are 4 pairs of legs. Same goes to your scorpion. Okay, anyway, so D, study the dichotomous key below and answer the question that follows. So as you can see, invertebrates, okay, have no legs, have legs, and then have legs is separated into 8 legs and more than 8 legs and 8 legs, and then separated into live on land, 1 pair of antenna, live in water, 2 pairs of antenna. Antenna is this thing, okay, some they call it feeler lah, it's not really antenna lah. So which group would the spider belong to? Okay, let's look at spider. Where do you think spider is? Okay, spider is an invertebrate. Okay, they have legs. Spider is definitely here. And then they have 8 legs. So spider is definitely group B. All right, and then prawn. Prawn, they have legs and they have more than 8 pair. So they live in water, have 2 pairs of antenna. You see, prawns actually have 2 pair. So your prawn is C. And then number 3, explain the classification of C and D based on the dichotomous key above. So they want you to explain these two. Okay, what's there to explain? There they already wrote here. So C lives in water, D lives on land. Okay, so give an example. So who is the one? C is your prawn just now. Okay, you can even say lobster. And then who is D? D is gonna be your centipede. It's not in the question, but you can say that. So C is prawn. D is your centipede. Okay, because centipede has more than 8 legs. They live on land and they have a pair of antenna up here. So that's your centipede. Or millipede also can. Okay, they actually belong to the same. So this is your key. Okay, in this case, they give you spider key. Okay, sometimes they will give you numbered key. It depends on the question. All right, so next, number 3, Liana and some of her friends collected the following 5 types of animals when they conducted a sampling activity in the forest. So as you can see, this is ant, dragonfly, ladybug, your spider, and your centipede. So they want you to complete this spider key. So 3 pairs of leg, and this is more than 3 pairs. All right, and since this is with wings, of course, this side is without wings. Okay, and then thin and fragile wings. The next is going to be thick and strong wings. Okay, it's just the opposite of each other. Body with 2 segments. This is body with more than 2 segments. All right, so let's classify each of them into here. So ant is already here. So who has thin and fragile wing? It's gonna be your dragonfly, Q. Because ladybird has strong wing. Ladybird wing is very thick. And then your spider is already here. Spider has 2 segments. What does it mean? That means the body has 2 segments like that. And then whereas a centipede has more than 2 segments, because you see so many segments. Many sections. It's like a train lah. Okay, really easy. So what are the similarities between PQRST? So what is this? What are all these in similar? They are all invertebrates. All right, they are all invertebrates. They all have no backbone. Okay, so C, what are the differences between P, S, and T? P, S, and T. P, S, and T. Oh, that's gonna be the number of legs, lor. This fella has 3 legs, 3 pair. This fella has 4 pair. This fella has more than 4 pair. Okay, so the number of legs. Okay, so P has 6, S has 8, T has more than 8. How many legs do centipedes have? 40 something? Not sure. Okay, 42 if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so D, build a dichotomous key to classify this animal. Okay, now they want you to build your own key. Okay, so there's no space here. Let me just draw it somewhere. Okay, so let's split this into few first. Okay, from what I see, I can see these three, they are vertebrates. Okay, these two are not vertebrate. Okay, so first let's split into two lah. Okay, this is your diagram two. So you have vertebrates, and then you have invertebrates. All right, so now invertebrate is simple. It has only two here. So how do you split them? This one has wing, this one has no wings lah. Really easy lor. So the one with no wings is gonna be your ant. Okay, with wings is gonna be your butterfly. You see, you keep splitting until you sort all of it out. So we have done this two already. Okay, now these three. How do we split these three? From what I see, this is cold-blooded. These two is warm-blooded. So cold-blooded is gonna be your toad. Warm-blooded is gonna be your goat and penguin. So what else difference you can find here? This fella has fur, this fella has feather, because penguin is a bird. So when you have fur, then this is your goat. If it has feather, then this is penguin. You see? Have I sorted everything? Okay, goat and penguin, toad, butterfly. Yes, I have sorted everything out. This is where I stop. Okay, I keep splitting two question until I have arrived at every species. Okay, this is how I do it. All right, this takes some practice lah, huh? Okay, it's not as difficult as you think. It's just very tricky. All right, so you know what? I think I'm gonna stop here. Okay, so next week we shall continue with our exercise and hopefully we'll go into inheritance lah. All right, so happy Friday to you all. I will see you guys next week lah. Have a happy weekend. Okay, have a good night everyone. Happy Friday. See you next week and bye-bye.